All right, everybody. So we finally got to see a female fight in the UFC.
I'd say it didn't disappoint, but it's kind of disappointing to think that there's no one. Misha, we're going to get to see her fight Misha Tate or that other, I can't even pronounce the other girl's name, that the winner of the Misha Tate fight. Hadn't Rousey already beat Misha Tate?
I mean, I'd like to see her fight Marloes Coenen, the Dutch girl, because I think Marloes Coenen is probably the best opponent out there for Ronda Rousey. But the one thing I did see, one, I saw this, that, you know, women should be in the UFC, because I'm going to tell you what, a lot of people were kind of had the fucking, I just ate a shit sandwich face about fucking Dan Henderson and Hendo and Machida being the co-main event. But I'm going to tell you what, to me, in my opinion, the women's bout was more entertaining. I don't know about you, George, but I just thought it was more entertaining. It was, they were moving, a lot was happening in that first round. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, and the unfortunate thing is women's MMA before getting to the UFC, and in my opinion, was still kind of fledgling.
Right.
The UFC has supposedly signed 10 women at 135. The 145 women, I guess, that are out there just that class hasn't grown enough.
Right.
So it's gonna be kind of like Ronda Rousey and everyone else, because like I don't know who they're gonna bring in at 135 to beat this girl. My other piece of advice for Dana White, I'm pulling Ronda Rousey aside and telling her she needs to change her top to the same one that Carmouche had, because the last thing you need right now when women's MMA is to have a titty pop out. Like, you just can't. Like, and I'm not even remotely joking. Like, you want to bring credibility to your sport. You want to show that you belong as women, and you're not there just because you look good. And while you're at it, get that fucking mole cut off your goddamn face already. Seriously, dude. I cannot take her serious with that fucking growth under her eye. That thing needs to get gone.
Mole.
And unless that's like a family hand-me-down, and her mom has it, and her grandma has it, and her great-grandma has it. Get the goddamn thing cut the fuck off and stop the bullshit.
With that goddamn thing, dude. Anyway, getting off the mole and getting back on the subject of this, you're right, George. I mean, there's really nobody. I mean, I will say this. Carmouche put up a good fight, and for a while there, I said, you know what? She might have her. But at the same time, we learned that Ronda Rousey can weather a storm, because she was in a predicament. She got her way out of it, and she proved to me that, you know what? She's a fighter. Now, has she been hit
brushing up on their dictionary. Man, she was in a predicament.
She was in a predicament. You like the big words? I'll throw some more big words at you guys. Anyway, like you said, what does this leave for Ronda Rousey? You know, I did say that I will take this from the fight. After watching that fight last night, and Carmouche, to some degree, was really, you know, she was crafty and squirrely with her. I cannot see Ronda Rousey beating someone like a Gina Carano or a fucking Chris Cyborg.
No, I think this is why she was so adamant about where if one of those girls wants to fight her, it needs to be at 135. She knows where her bread and butter's at, and it's at her weight class. In my opinion, that kind of sucks. I mean, it would be nice to see her, because we've sat here and we've harped on GSP and how he needs to fight out of his weight class. Well, it's going to come down to this for the women too. I mean, eventually, when women's MMA gets bigger than it is, and right now it's going to if it continues down this road, she's going to need to step out of her 135, whether she fights at 130 or she fights at 145 or 140 or she does catch weight fights. Because to me, if you're so big and badass and you're the fucking baddest woman on the planet, meet Cyborg or meet Carano at 140 at a catch weight just to fight. There's no belt on the line, and see who the baddest bitch on the planet is.
I'm interested to see. There's a girl that's up and coming, Sarah McGann. I think I have it right. And actually, she was lived locally at one time, and she is another judo specialist that was in the Olympics or at the Olympic level, and she's up and coming, and she's in MMA right now and undefeated. So I like to see, once we get 2 years into this, because if you look back at how fast the sport evolved in men's, it could take that same pace with women, you know, and I hope it does, because it'll make.
Now you're going to have young girls realizing, well, shit, this is an athletic opportunity for me. I can go be a fighter. So you're going to start poaching women from other sports and other, you know, disciplines to come over. Now, my thing is judo going to be to women's MMA as to what wrestling is to men's MMA?
That's, you know what? I was just going to say that. I think so. Yeah. I mean, it can get you recognized on the Olympic level and on the world level, international level, whatever you want to call it.
Wrestling is gone. It's out. You Olympic medal in wrestling.
There's basically one more Olympics of that shit, and then that's it. 2016, and then it's see you bye, you know? Now, let's go on because I'm going to tell you what, guys. Of all the fights during the course of the night, I thought the best fight was the fight of the night was on the prelims.
So did Dana White. He gave these two guys fight of the night.
Did he give it to him?
Yeah, they got fight of the night for this.
Dennis the Menace Bermudez went up against what was the guy's name he fought? Because I never heard of him. Was Grist? Grist. And let me tell you something, man. They went back and forth, and Bermudez hit fucking Grist so many fucking times during the course of that fight. And it was, you know, he hit fucking Bermudez as well. But
yeah, dude, that left hand in the first round where that dude's legs was just literally dropped out from underneath him and he kept scrapping, I was like, that's what people pay. Like, when you pay to watch MMA, that's the type of shit, you just need one fight like that on each card. And the unfortunate thing is you can't guarantee that.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing. But that to guys, that's the kind of fight that I like to see. And I think most of you out there will agree with me. That type of stuff where you've got two guys in there that are like, I want to win this fight. I'm going to give it my all 100%. And you know what? Even if I get fucking cracked upside my fucking skull, I'm not going down. I'm not taking the fucking weak ass way out. I'm going to stand and fucking bang. And you saw that with that guy Grist. He got hit and pummeled and cracked. And he said, you know what? I'm not, you're not stepping in and ending this fight. And he made it very apparent to the ref that, hey, you know what? I can defend myself. I'm still fucking throwing them back. And those two definitely deserve fight of the night. Anyway,
now,
let us know. Go ahead.
Wait, real quick before we end this, who you got in the Daytona 500?
Daytona 500. I've got, I got Jimmy Johnson. No, Dale Earnhardt Jr. I got Jr.
You want Jimmy's Johnson?
No, what? I don't. Why you got to turn it into some whacked ass shit like that? No, I got Junior. Dale Jr.
You got a ginger? You want Jimmy Johnson's Jimmy Ginger?
Why you fucking with me, fucking dome? Chrome dome. Anyway, guys. Hey, actually, you know what? Let us know about the fights and let us know who you got in the 500. We're out.
Danica Patrick.